quite an early age actually, when I first started doing music. It was probably when I was in my my early teens, but that doesn't mean they're any good. But yeah, I think as soon as I picked up a guitar and you know, learnt my first chords, I was going ahead and actually writing songs.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all.
And then, you know, it stopped for a long while and then started up again, and I think in that gap that I'd had, I'd kind of learnt more about songwriting in that time. I'd always been around music growing up. My dad was in a band before he had me and my sisters. So there was always musical equipment lying around, but he wasn't really doing it then. But I think he inspired me quite a lot to pick up a guitar and you know, learn it. And then through school, it was a good way to kind of meet other like-minded people. And, yeah, I just always enjoyed the idea of creating and playing music. I tend to write from experience. I think it can sound a little bit forced if you try and write about a particular subject. So, you know, I tend to write from my own experiences quite a lot. Sometimes it just flows. I mean, sometimes I can sit there and I can write, and I can set out with the intention of writing a song, a particular type of song, and it feels forced. It doesn't ever work. But you kind of know you're getting it right when you play and you hum a line of melody and the words just come straight to you. And pretty much most of my songs have been written in about 15 minutes, I'd say. It's not a long process. And I think if it's any longer than that, it does start to feel forced. So the inspiration can kind of take me, you know, from anywhere. Annoyingly, quite often when I'm driving, so I can't do anything about it and I forget it by the time I get home. But just as and when I'm kind of in that zone to be able to play and let the creative juices flow. I mean, honestly, I write songs because it's quite a cathartic experience for me. You know, I managed to get a lot of stuff out. If that helps someone, then that's awesome. But I wouldn't say that's particularly my aim. I don't really think too much about how it's going to be received, other than, is it catchy? Is it something that people would like to sing along to? Or, you know, would they have this playing in the car on a hot summer's day? Stuff like that. You know, I suppose if I really thought about it, that would be quite cool. But I don't really write with the intention of how it's going to be received at the time, if I'm honest. It'd be good for people to just, you know, like the music and find something relatable in there. As far as, you know, how I want to be perceived, and I don't know, I am who I am, and I think that'll either tap in with some people or it won't. You can't please all the people all the time. So there will be people that don't like what I do, but that's fine. You know, it's for people that do like what I do, I suppose. I'd like to be able to do this full time. I think it would be it'd be awesome to be able to, you know, wake up and be in the studio and that be my day job. I don't really set myself like huge aspirations. I mean, I set myself small, achievable goals, and then when I've you know, hit those, then I'll think about what I'm going to do afterwards. But so far, it's been, you know, quite a journey in quite a short space of time. I'm just enjoying every day that I'm doing it. I think the next thing for me is to play some summer festivals. I did a few last year, but I want to do some more, reach a bigger audience. And once that's achieved, I'll work on whatever the next goal is. But definitely putting out an EP, that's an important one for me for this year. And who knows, I mean, it really is a journey that you do one thing and that leads on to something else and that leads on to something else. So, you know, I don't want to kind of put pressure on myself as to where I want to be in a year's time, just further along in what I'm doing at the moment, I suppose.